Hello to you, my fellow Gooners, and welcome to Arsenal TV. This is my preview for Arsenal versus Newcastle at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. kickoff. That's if the game does not get called off and cancelled due to this storm Dennis that we've got right now. Now, it's not the fact that he'll get cancelled because of the wind and the rain. It'll be because of the people's safeguarding. That's the reason why it will probably get called off. We saw it about a week ago or so when the Man City and West Ham game got called off due to the storm Kira that we had recently, and see how the weather's going to be overnight. Guys, what do we know about Arsenal at the moment? Well, after this 2-week break, Arsenal are now currently 11th on the Premier League table with, the games that have been going on. We've got 6 wins, 13 draws and 6 losses, and we are on 31 points. Now, as I mentioned, Arsenal have been on a 2-week winter break over in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. And they was over there for warm weather training. Now, we've seen the videos and we've seen, the pictures that, and we've seen that the positivity that's been going around with the players, where they're all smiling and everything else. Well, now this is the point where we need to see that positivity on the field every game. That's what we need to see now. So really, now after this 2-week winter break and this warm weather training, the players should be refreshed and their battery should be recharged and ready to go until the end of this season. Now, under Mikel Arteta, Arsenal have been, let's say, they've become a draw specialist. Now, in the Premier League, we've had 13 draws. Now, I've never known Arsenal to have so many draws in the time I've been supporting them. And this is our worst position in the Premier League table for, I'll say, probably over about 50 years, maybe. I just want Arsenal to get back to winning ways. I don't want no more draws. No more draws, please, Arsenal. We need to get back to winning ways now. We need to start picking up 3 points. Now, as we know, recently we heard that Man City have been banned from all European competition. If you want to check out that video, what I done, I'll leave it in the comments, so you can head over there and check that out after you've seen this. So the Premier League have said that it's not certain yet, but whoever finishes 5th in the Premier League table will automatically qualify for Champions League next season. Well, Arsenal, I believe, are 8 points behind Sheffield United. Now, if we win and pick up 3 points in our next 3 Premier League games, which is against Newcastle tomorrow, then we've got Everton, and then we've got West Ham. If we can pick up all 9 points, we should be thereabouts. 5 points from Sheffield United from top 5, and maybe we've got a game in hand as well. So I think that would be ideal for us. So I don't think that our season is a complete write-off just yet, but as I said, nothing is guaranteed just yet. Now, Arsenal are lacking goals at the moment. With Aubameyang is scoring goals like now and then, a goal per game, I think. Lacazette is misfiring in front of goal. Martinelli's got a couple of goals to his name in the Premier League as well. Arsenal have only scored 8 goals in their last 9 Premier League games. So the way I'm looking at it is that our attack is becoming more of a problem. The reason why it's becoming more of a problem, because where Mikel Arteta is now got a defensive structure and organised at the back, it's now affecting our attack. Now, whoever's playing out on the flanks, either the left flank or the right flank, they've also got to do a defensive job as well. And that's why it's now affecting our attack. What we need to do is now get that sorted and then start applying the attack. But what the players need to do is, when we defend, switch to defensive mode. Their mind needs to switch to defensive mode. When they go into the attack, switch to attack mode. That's what their mind needs to do repeatedly. So at the moment, our attack is slowly becoming a problem. And we do need to score goals if we want to creep up the table. Now, I don't want no more draws. I've had enough of this draws, of us getting draws every game. I've had enough of it now. I want Arsenal to go and get 3 points and start picking up results. Start picking up 3 points and get the momentum and carry this on, until the end of the season and see where we stand. That's what I want them to do. Now, what do we know about Newcastle? Well, Newcastle are currently below us. They are 12th in the Premier League table with 8 wins, 7 draws and 10 losses. And they are also on 31 points. Now, Newcastle are actually doing quite well in the FA Cup. I believe they're in the quarterfinals, same as Arsenal is. And they're actually doing pretty well. So they'll be looking to, win the FA Cup. Be very nice for them if they go and do that. In the Premier League, Arsenal and Newcastle are very different. Arsenal are now trying to push on to get that Champions League spot. Now Man City have been banned and whatnot. Newcastle's aim is very differently. Their aim is to try and pull away from the relegation threat. If they lose any more games, they could possibly be in that relegation battle. So that's their aim, is to try and pull away from that relegation zone. Now, last time out, Newcastle picked up a draw against Norwich at home. And then their last game after that, they picked up, I believe, a 2-2 draw against Everton away from home. And they picked up a 1-0 win against Chelsea at home with a late 94th minute goal. And they'll be absolutely happy with that. I think that Chelsea were unlucky to concede the goal in the last minute, but Newcastle never gave up. They never gave up. Now, Newcastle are pretty much the same as Arsenal, that they are also lacking goals as well. I believe that Newcastle have scored 7 in their last 9 Premier League games. So we've scored 1 more than them. But yeah, they're also in the same predicament as us, lacking goals. But they have a very, very good defence. Very good defence. And I think Arsenal are going to try and find it hard to get past their defence. They'll be waiting probably the floodgates to open for us to go and get goals. But the only thing is, with Newcastle, they would like to keep the scoring quite at a low rate, if possible. And I reckon that if they don't, try and go for a win, I think that more or less Newcastle will be trying to get a point. Because that point would be very much ideal for them to keep them one step away from that relegation zone. But Arsenal need the 3 points. This is a must-win game for Arsenal from now until the end of the season. But the question is for this game, can Newcastle cope with the attacking threat from Arsenal? That's the question. Guys, with that said, I'm going to get into my predicted lineup for this game. I'm going to go with what I would go with. And this is what my 1 to 11 is. So, starting off in goal, and that is Bernd Leno. Pretty straightforward choice. Every Premier League game. Pretty straightforward choice. Now, I believe that Bernd Leno is 4th on the goalkeepers for the best goalkeeper in the Premier League at this point in time in the season. But give him a better defence in front of him, he'll be number 1. And to be honest, I think that Bernd Leno is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league. So, pretty straightforward choice. Bernd Leno goes in goal. We're going to go to the back 4. First off, a right back, I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin. I've got no reason to drop Bellerin at the minute. He's been playing well, very well. Just needs to work on his crossing a little bit. Needs to, keep up, try and get his pace back up again. Apart from that, I think that he's doing absolutely fine at the moment. So I'm going to go with Hector Bellerin. Playing at left back, I'm going to go with Sead Kolasinac. Now, the reason why I've gone with Kolasinac, because he gives us a lot into the attack. It gives us quite a lot. I know he's recently come back from his injury, but I think he'll be absolutely fine after this, 2-week rest that he's had. So I'm going to put him in there. So I'm going to go with Sead Kolasinac. We're going to go to the 2 centre-halves. First off, I'm going to go with Mustafi. I've got no reason to drop Mustafi. No reason. Past couple of games, he's been playing absolutely solid. He's put in, say, 7, 8 out of 10 performances. And I think he's doing a job at the minute, and I will not drop him at this precise moment. So I'll go with Mustafi. Playing alongside him, I'm going to go with David Luiz. I think under Mikel Arteta, I think David Luiz has been one of our most improved players. And he has been putting in solid performances. So I want nothing more of the same. So I'll go with David Luiz. We're going to go to the midfield pivot, the 2 that sit in front. First off, I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira. I think Lucas Torreira has been playing well. His interceptions is great. His defensive work, his work rate in terms of defence is absolutely spot on. And I've got no problem with Torreira whatsoever. I think he's probably one of the best central defensive midfielders we've had since Patrick Vieira. I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but I think he is. So I'm going to go with Lucas Torreira. Playing alongside him, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. I think Granit Xhaka has played well, been quite solid. Mainly 7 out of 10 performances, but he's doing the job. And you know, Xhaka and Torreira is our best midfield pivot, so I've got no reason to take Xhaka out. So I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. We're going to go to the attacking area, the three that sit in front. First off, out on the right, I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. Got no reason to take him out. I think that he's adapting to the Premier League in terms of the pace of it and the intensity. I think he's adapting quite well. He's very direct in terms of trying to get in behind the opponent's defence. And I think he'll be very key to this game in trying to, you know, get in behind Newcastle defence. So I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. Playing out on the left-hand side, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Yes, he didn't get a goal in the last game, which I was very, very disappointed about against Burnley. But I would like to see him play on that left-hand side and to, you know, cause a bit of problems in terms of pace because we need it. So I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. We're going to go into that number 10 role in the central attacking midfield. I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. If Mesut Ozil does not perform in this game, then I would like to see him dropped in the next. He needs to work. His work rate's fine, but what I'm saying is that he needs to start, you know, assisting more. He needs to start scoring more goals. That's what he needs to do, and at the minute he's not doing it. At the moment, Mesut Ozil hasn't scored any goals this season, and he's only got 1 assist. And in my personal view, that's poor. That's very poor. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt after, you know, he's had this break. So I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. Playing up front as a leading striker, I'm going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. I'm hoping that this 2-week break has done him good. I hope it has. I would like to see him get into that firing line again. And to start, you know, scoring goals. I think that's all he needs. He just needs a goal. In terms of his work rate, he's absolutely fine. But I think he just needs to get that goal to boost his confidence up. So I'm going to go with Alexandre Lacazette. So guys, there you have it. That's been the preview. That has been my predicted lineup. Let me know in the comments box as always. Do you agree or do you disagree? What you would keep, what you would change? If not, let me know if you're 1 to 11. Guys, if you're new to Arsenal TV, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you do not miss another upload. Making sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, which is very, very important. And making sure you are leaving your comments below. Guys, until my players' ratings after the game, I will see you lot soon. I am out of here.